it's been something that's been discussed at this football club for a number of years now. Of course, we know the financial fair play rules are coming into practice. We now have to compete with the likes of Manchester United, of course, who've got a 75,000-seater. Arsenal, who have a 60,000-seater. Not just in this country, we're competing against Barcelona, Real Madrid. So the club has to look at different options. There are no immediate plans, but understandably, I think options have to be available to us. When we move and where we move is still obviously quite a way in the distance, but you know, no one wants to leave Stamford Bridge. It's been our home for 106 years now. So it's going to be a wrench if and when that happens. But things have to be in place to allow us to move if and when, so the opportunity presents itself, we can move quickly.
Idealism versus realism, how do you think the fans will take this in general?
I think there'll be a split. I think it'll polarise opinion. I think a lot of fans, like myself, who support the club for years and years. This is our home, our spiritual home. Of course, across the road was where the papers were signed in the pub, and of course we had our 100th anniversary over there, a big party. So this is Chelsea Football Club. This is our spiritual home, if you like. May there'll be people that have that opinion. There'll also be ones that recognise the fact that Chelsea have to move forward to compete with the likes of the clubs I've just mentioned and ensure that this club is here for the next 106 years, competing at the very highest level. And it's getting that balance between the two. Of course, no one wants to leave Stamford Bridge. Everyone connected with the club would agree with that. However, sometimes, as we've seen with the likes of Arsenal, needs must, and when that day comes, it'll be a sad day, but it'll be a new chapter in this club's history.
The key words in the statement there was maintaining the status quo as long as Stamford Bridge met the club's needs. It is a different place now. Chelsea are on a different level, and 42,000 is, as you say, it's half or even less than half than some of our European rivals.
It is, and you know, there have been various different moves to try and extend Stamford Bridge. There, of course, there was the bridge across the cemetery. Of course, there was only one natural exit out onto the Fulham Road, albeit via two exits, but it goes out into one road. Health and safety, of course, won't allow any more seats. If there was another exit outside of Stamford Bridge or another alternative exit, then maybe that was something that could broaden. That's not, of course, been written off at this stage, but it looks as though all other avenues have perhaps been exhausted and other ways need to be thought of.
If it is before 2020, the commitment that it won't be more than 3 miles away, that is a big deal, isn't it? You don't want a relocation that goes a long way up.
No, we don't. And, you know, everyone wants to be connected with Chelsea, wants to keep it as close to Stamford Bridge as possible. However, there are only so many options available. Out of Battersea, there's, of course, Olympia or near Earls Court around there, which I think if that was to happen, I think that would appease an awful lot of fans. The further we move away from Stamford Bridge, obviously the harder it's going to be to convince other fans. So it's going to be tough. There aren't that many options, but I'm pretty sure the club will be doing everything in its power to ensure that that is the case and we stay as close to this ground as possible.